Imagine being able to control your iPhone or Apple Vision Pro headset with just your thoughts. No tapping, swiping, or voice commands needed. For people with severe mobility limitations, this isn't just a cool concept. It's a potential lifeline to digital independence. Today, we're diving into Apple's newest venture, developing brain-computer interfaces that could revolutionize how we interact with technology. Apple has partnered with Synchron, a Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates-backed company, to develop technology that translates neural signals into digital commands. This collaboration could eventually allow people, especially those with mobility issues, to control Apple devices using only their thoughts. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now, and the implications stretch far beyond just convenience. Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, represent the next frontier in human-computer interaction. Throughout computing history, we've evolved from punch cards to keyboards, mice to touchscreens, and voice commands to gesture controls. BCIs eliminate the need for physical movement entirely, creating a direct pathway between your brain and your device. For most of us, picking up a phone or tapping a screen is something we take for granted. But for people with conditions like ALS, spinal cord injuries, or severe paralysis, these simple actions can be impossible. That's what makes this technology so transformative. Synchron's approach differs significantly from competitors like Elon Musk's Neuralink. Instead of placing electrodes directly into brain tissue, which requires opening the skull, Synchron's stent road device is inserted through blood vessels. This stent-like implant sits on top of the brain rather than inside it, making the procedure far less invasive. The stent road works by detecting electrical signals from your brain and translating them into commands a computer can understand. Once implanted, it connects with Apple's existing switch control functionality, an accessibility feature that lets users remotely control devices using external adaptive tools. Since 2019, Synchron has implanted the stent road in 10 people with remarkable results. The Wall Street Journal recently profiled Mark Jackson, a Pittsburgh resident with ALS who tested the stent road with an Apple Vision Pro headset. Despite being unable to leave his home due to his condition, the technology transported him virtually to Switzerland, where he experienced standing on an alpine peak so realistically that he felt his legs shake. This virtual escape from physical limitations demonstrates the profound potential of this technology. However, the current reality comes with limitations. Jackson noted that navigation using the stent road is significantly slower than traditional input methods. It can't yet mimic the precision of cursor movements or touchscreen interactions. Neuralink's N1 implant, which uses more electrodes placed directly in brain tissue, currently captures more brain data and enables faster control. The BCI industry is projected to grow substantially in the coming decades, with applications extending beyond assistive technology. Market analysts predict it could reach $3.7 billion by 2027, up from just $1.2 billion in 2019. This growth reflects increasing interest from both medical and consumer technology sectors. The FDA has not yet granted full approval for these implants, with the approval process expected to take several more years. This rigorous oversight reflects both the potential benefits and the significant ethical considerations surrounding brain interfaces. Dr. Tom Oxley, Synchron's CEO and co-founder, describes this development as pioneering a new interface paradigm, where brain signals are formally recognized alongside touch, voice, and typing. By incorporating BCI as a native input method for Apple devices, it opens new possibilities for people living with paralysis. Apple's involvement signals a significant legitimization of BCI technology for mainstream applications. The company has a strong track record of refining emerging technologies and making them accessible to everyday users. Just as they transformed smartphones with the iPhone and redefined wearables with the Apple Watch, their entry into neural interfaces could accelerate adoption and development. Beyond helping those with mobility impairments, future applications might include enhanced gaming experiences, improved productivity, or even new forms of communication. Imagine sending a text message by thinking it, or navigating complex software without lifting a finger. Of course, like any brain interfacing technology, BCIs raise important questions about privacy, security, and cognitive autonomy. Who owns the neural data collected by these devices? How can we ensure these systems can't be hacked or manipulated? These concerns will need careful consideration as the technology advances. What's particularly interesting about Apple's approach is their focus on accessibility first, rather than positioning this as a novelty for tech enthusiasts. This aligns with their long-standing commitment to accessibility features across their product ecosystem. The partnership with Synchron rather than Neuralink might also reflect Apple's preference for less invasive approaches, a philosophical alignment with their typically cautious and user-friendly design principles. For now, BCI technology remains in its early stages, with significant hurdles to overcome before widespread adoption. The current systems are slow, require surgical procedures, and have limited functionality compared to traditional input methods. But the trajectory is clear. We're moving toward more direct, intuitive ways to interact with our technology. The collaboration between Apple and Synchron represents just one approach in a rapidly evolving field. Companies like Cetrel Labs, acquired by Meta, Kernel, and BrainCo, are exploring different methods for neural interfaces, from non-invasive headbands to wristbands that detect nerve signals. What makes this development particularly significant is Apple's massive ecosystem and influence. When Apple adopts a technology, it often becomes standardized across the industry. Their entry into this space could accelerate development, increase investment, and ultimately make neural interfaces more accessible to those who need them most. As we watch this technology develop, it's worth considering how it might change our relationship with our devices. Will we one day look back on physical keyboards and touchscreens the way we now view rotary phones, as charming but obsolete technology? For now, the primary focus remains on helping people with severe mobility limitations regain independence and connection. The ability to communicate, create, and explore virtual worlds using only your thoughts could be truly life-changing for millions of people worldwide. What do you think about this development? Would you be willing to use a brain-computer interface if it became available? Or do you have concerns about connecting your brain directly to technology? Let me know in the comments. While we're likely years away from seeing these interfaces in Apple stores, the groundwork being laid today is opening up extraordinary possibilities for tomorrow. A future where our thoughts and technology connect more seamlessly is coming, and it may arrive sooner than we expect.